Hi folks, this video is on chapter 28, reducing corruption at middle low places, of Right to Recall Party Manifesto. You can download the manifesto at rahulmehta.com/301.htm. I repeat, rahulmehta.com/301.htm. This is chapter 28. So how do we reduce corruption at low and middle places? The video E2701 deals with reducing corruption at high places. It is by right to recall, that I have described in various other videos, and execution by majority vote. That through majority vote, citizens can execute CM, PM, High Court Judge, Supreme Court Judge, Minister, and very high ranking officer like Cabinet Secretary, Principal Secretary, etc. And that will keep them under control. Now comes middle places like, say, Deputy Collector, Patwari, Tahsildar, Clerk, etc. So how can they be controlled? One is, I will mention list of procedures. Most important is jury system. Only in the countries which have jury system, the middle bureaucracy behaves properly. What is jury system? That if there is a dispute between a citizen and a government officer, then it will not be resolved by a senior government officer or somebody else, but 12 citizens will be chosen at random, and those citizens will decide whether the government officer should be fined or not, expelled or whatever. So right to recall over. So right to recall here is implemented by not by entire population, but randomly chosen 12 citizens from the population. So it's a very important innovation. I would say third most important innovation in history. First is the discovery of wheel, second is discovery of zero, and third is jury system, that instead of handing over punitive power, most important thing in society is punitive power, power to punish, power to imprison, power to execute, power to take fines, etc. The punitive power, instead of giving it to one person over years and years and years, the punitive power was distributed across the society. So jury system over government employees, that if you have complaint against a government employee, it will go to grand jury. Grand jury I will not describe in this video, I have described in chapter on courts, chapter 21, on how the courts are to be improved. That chapter describes grand jury system. And grand jury, once the grand jury approves that yes, there is prima facie basis for the case will go to the jurors. Next is abolishing interviews. What happens? Because of interview there is a lot of nepotism and also corruption, and also nefarious favors that I will not talk about in this video. But across wherever interviews are taken, whether it is government or judiciary, all sorts of nefarious favors are exchanged along with money and nepotism. So abolish interviews completely, and if interviews are to be taken, they will be taken like in this format, that randomly chosen 10 citizens will ask questions, and it will be video conferenced to another randomly chosen 10 citizens sitting at a different place, no direct face-to-face connection. So if I am question, and those 10 citizens who are only listening to the question and answer, they will give the marks. So the people who are asking questions, they are not known at last moment. At last moment they will be chosen and they will ask questions, and the person who is answering will give the answer whatever he thinks right, and the third person will evaluate. Interviews are absolutely useless. They say that okay, using interview they measure aptitude. Well, what aptitude you are going to measure within half an hour, 1 hour? And more they say is that through interview they will judge the moral character. Well, people can't get moral character with the people they have stayed for years and years. How are they going to judge moral character in half an hour? It's all nonsense. Interviews are only to make money, bribes, and recruit relatives. So we should cancel all interviews in the initial recruitment procedures. Next, to reduce corruption in lower middle is national ID system. because that will improve the administration as rank and file. I have described it in another chapter which is on national ID system. Then disclose the wealth of all government employees. This is for top as well as middle as well as bottom, that every government officer will be required to disclose his wealth on the website of the government. Now, what do most political parties say on this? All political parties such as BJP, Congress, CPM, Anna Party or Arvind Gandhi Party, whatever you call it, they oppose jury system. In their opinion, there should not be any jury system. They also oppose narco test on junior citizens after approval by jury. That is another procedure that I have mapped, that if the jury feels that the officer is making lies, telling lies, then jury can order brain mapping or truth serum test on the accused. The Arvind Gandhi has opposed and Anna has opposed brain mapping on corrupt officers. Why corrupt officers like collector, tahsildar? Anna has opposed narco test on even people like A. Raja and Hassan Ali and all these people. So all political parties, I can say that they are paying lip service to this corruption in lower and middle level problem. The problem can be trivially solved by using jury system, abolishing interviews and allowing jury, empowering jury with lie detection test, a polygraph test, brain mapping test and narco test if they feel necessary. Thank you.